Okay, hello. I hope you guys can hear me fine. We're just about done with setup and should be able to go pretty soon. Kind of weird because I'm the restreamer here and to time everything myself. Okay. Anyways, welcome to Touge Max 2. This is a weird racing game that features many kinds of vehicles, including robots. And I'll be using the four-wheel drive robot here. Has 600 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and it only weighs 600 kilograms. So that basically means this car is super fast and gonna be a really fun ride. Still image? Alright. How's that? Is that better? That should be better. Another still image? Nah, it shouldn't be like that. Nah, it's fine on my screen. Anyway, this is all tracks. We'll be going through every track in the game here. And we'll be starting very shortly. Time begins in 3, 2, 1, go. So this game is for the original PlayStation, and it came out in the late 90s. And it's part of the Touge series, developed by Cave and published by Atlas. This game especially is one of the more weird games of the bunch. It has a bunch of fantasy vehicles and the story is really weird too. Everything after Touge Max 2 basically got a lot more serious and sort of more wanted to appeal to realism more. Everything was a bit more realistic. So this game has a weird drifting technique to it. You can basically go all the way sideways and then your counter steer will be so strong. You can just pull yourself out of turns like this. It's really cool. I am using manual transmission for maximum control. I'm pretty sure the automatic transmission is still pretty good here, but I prefer using manual. And as I drive the robot, you'll see that its arms are flailing about. The faster the robot goes, the faster the arms spin. Definitely one of the more unique quirks of this car. Definitely getting some good drifts here. One thing that I'll be doing a lot, I'll be lifting off the gas before I get into a turn, because sometimes I can lose speed when I power slide like that. That was the first track. It's basically a mountain course. Nothing too crazy about it. We'll be seeing another one like it later. And this one is going to be a highway course. A 2-lane highway course with a bunch of walls, and it's very dark as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
So in this game you have the option to turn on your headlights, and that's what I'll be doing. It helps brighten up the road here. And the headlights on this car are on the robot's eyes. You notice why I was turning it on there. I'm losing speed on these corners. Hopefully I can build up some momentum pretty soon. One thing I do apologize for is the lack of in-game music. My disc is way too scratched to properly load any of the music. But this game has a really cool soundtrack. I would recommend looking it up on YouTube after the run. Yeah, as you can tell, the robot's very fast. On that corner, I went ahead and downshifted one gear, which brought me down immediately to a much slower speed where I can clear the corner, but unfortunately I didn't do it properly. This one is one of my favorite courses right there. One lap. Some of these tracks have multi-laps, but most of these that you'll be seeing is just one lap. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that you can tune your car in this game. You can edit the gear ratios. You can focus on acceleration and speed. You can tune your suspension, as well as customize the color of your car and the wheels you have. You can also do things like edit the blow-off valve sound. It's actually kind of surprising how much customization you have. See if I can swing this here. No. Yeah, that corner is pretty tough. I actually don't know for sure what that meter does. I thought that the higher the meter was, the more speed you can keep in your drifts, but I don't think that's the case. Because I can get full speed drifts even without the meter being full, so I don't know. Does the robot have a 4-speed manual? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. But you can edit the gear ratios if you so desire. You can actually get the robot to go really fast, so it's not that much of a hindrance. Hitting walls in this game too is immensely unforgiving. You lose almost all of your speed if you even just breeze against a wall. That can be frustrating at times, but it's also important to, you know, not crash into them a lot. The robot also makes a beeping noise whenever you go over around 100 kilometers an hour. I feel like that makes up for the lack of music in this game. I got too close there too. Yeah, this track's it was also pretty fun. It's a mix of the highway course and the Touge course at first, and I like that part. And that beeping noise is actually prevalent on many Japanese cars from the 90s. It helps alert the drivers if they're potentially going over the speed limit. So this course is the first multi-lap track in the game. We go around this one a few times. The multi-track laps, those will basically only be on courses that are excessively short in one lap to help lengthen things up a bit. This track here is a mix of tarmac and gravel. So we're gonna go rally racing with a robot today. I hope you're all ready for that. One thing to note is that this game does not have support for analog controllers. There's no support for the analog sticks on a DualShock, as well as the Negcon controllers from Namco. So I'm just playing using the D-pad, and I just kind of tap it left and right, depending on how much I want to turn. It was a bit jarring at first, but I was able to get used to it. We should be approaching the end pretty soon. We might have... No, that's the last lap. Okay. You can also save replays in this game and view them later, so that's pretty neat for, you know, if you're doing ILs. There is a time attack mode you can do in this game, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if that has ghost functionality, but you do compare against your personal best, which is in this mode. It'd be cool if this game had ghost functionality, though. I always love it when racing games have that. This track right here is going to be very similar to the first one we saw. It's going to be a very windy road, and guardrails are very close. Want to be careful not to get stuck in the gutters or stuck on the guardrail. That would be very fitting, Axel Alex. Eurobeat can just go with anything. Yeah, that part right there is a hard one. The one where I crashed on. This game was never localized. It never left Japan. The later Touge games made it into Europe, I believe, but they never reached the United States. Why is it at the top of Google? I don't know, man. I don't run this game that much compared to some other games I play, so that's really surprising that it would be up there. This part is fun because it's uphill. One of the only major uphill parts in the game. Road Rage 3. I cut it too close there. Hitting the walls, like I said previously, it's just so brutal. There's this zero leniency, zero forgiveness on that one. But yeah, this game's really fun. I'm kind of surprised that more people don't play it. It is from an obscure game series, which is definitely why. After this, they made a game called Touge Max G, which is very similar to this, but they got rid of all the fantasy vehicles. And that's disappointing. No, that's a different one. Tokyo Extreme Racer is really fun, though. Road Rage 3 is Touge 3, if I recall right. And then Tokyo Road Race is Battle Gear 2. So this one always throws me off, but I got it. Yeah, Tokyo Extreme Racer, that's my jam. I played through, what is it? I played through Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2. I played through most of it before my PS2. The laser died in my PS2. And I also played Import Tuner Challenge, which is the latest Tokyo Extreme Racer game. Like, those games can be really repetitive sometimes, but I love them. Yeah, this track, I never mentioned it. Yeah, this is in the snow, obviously, and there's little bits of tarmac here and there. It's really fun. Some of the corners can throw you off, primarily because of visual cues. Oh, I overcorrected there. Oh my gosh. All right, come on. After hitting a wall, it can be kind of tough to recover your grip. Get back up to speed here, Mr. Robo. And that's about it for that track. Oh my gosh, the same engine as Pit My Ride. I had that game. I don't remember it being good.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this track is, if you guys like the Rally Robo section at the first multi-lap track, you'll enjoy this a lot. This track has many narrow dirt roads, and it is our task to maneuver through them all. It can be ridiculously easy to crash on these upcoming sections here. It gets really fun once I can pick up speed with the robot. Feels like we're an actual rally robo. In addition to Time Attack, this game has a lot of different game modes. It has a story mode, which I briefly mentioned. It follows the story of some guy. He delivers pizzas and then he drives a minecart. And then, like, Godzilla attacks Tokyo and he has to go save the day. Something like that. That's what I got when I played it. And there's also a training, like, tutorial mode where you follow Kichi Ikiya. I think that's how you say his name. And you basically learn different driving techniques. Oh, I barely shifted down in time. That one. I couldn't get back. I couldn't transfer my momentum fast enough. And yeah, that's about it. One thing I do think it's interesting is that this track kind of looks like the Nürburgring for the minimap. Shape is quite similar, but not identical. This one's another dirt track. Kind of looks like the United States of America, kind of. Going on a cross-country road trip right now. Even get past this bend. I went too far in. In this corner, you can quite easily clip the camera out. And one thing that's interesting about this game on a technical level is that the car is rendered on top of everything else in the game. So the view of your car will never be obscured, ever. You saw it briefly right there for a second there. So in this game, you can unlock all the fantasy cars by going into Time Attack and going to secret locations on the map. And in those locations, you'll find the a special card waiting for you, and you just have to tap him, and you'll unlock him. However, there is a cheat code you can use that circumvents that. You enter in a directional code on the title screen, and that will give you all the tracks and all the cars. If you don't feel like doing that, I might show it off at the end if I have time. I know in the first track especially, it can, Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had a lot of background noise. Anyway, yeah, that previous track was a replica of Tsukuba Circuit, if you didn't notice. It's almost identical to that real world circuit, which I found very interesting. But yeah, there wasn't much going on there. I did a couple skips where I cut over the grass, but definitely one of the most fun tracks in the game. And this is the school zone, definitely the easiest track. Still possible to mess up if you're not careful, but I really love playing this one because you can get up to just really crazy speeds using the robo, especially if you have a high gear ratio. I think this might be the final lap. Yes, it should be. See if I can hopefully avoid the walls. Zotan, I am always Couch Kid, and time's coming up right now, by the way. 22:42. Nice. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the run, guys. I know it might have been eerie without the music, but this is a game I love playing, and I wish more people knew about it. There is a leaderboard up for it if you want to try it out. You can get this fairly cheap online. I think I got my copy like 6 months ago for like $10. You can also play an emulator if you want to do that too. We use in-game time, so RTA doesn't matter at all. Anyway, since I know we're really far ahead of schedule, let me check. Yeah, we're 20 minutes ahead of schedule, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show off the best secret car in the entire game. This one. This is the 4-wheel drive Shep. And we'll go into School Zone, because that we can take advantage of this car the most. Controlling the sheep is a lot different than the other cars, and I'll show you how in a minute.
3, 2, 1.
There's no engine noise, but instead, at the tap, where as fast as I possibly can. Alright, we're building up speed now. Oh man, especially with the sheep. It takes so long to accelerate back up. If I can drift into this final stray here. This is one of the many reasons why I love this game. I can't spam fast enough with my thumb. Okay, I'm gonna straight away. I'm gonna do a finger. Oh, we got that clipping point right there. Ah. Getting tired, dude. I think we have one more lap. I think. Is that it? Yeah, okay, one more. Get 200 kilometers an hour. Let's do it. We couldn't hold it. Also, the first person is really fun to play into. Alright, come on, come on. Speed up. Run faster. Run faster, sheep. It's over. Alright, we'll finish. Call it a day. A new lap record right here. And that's it. 213 with the sheep. Not bad. Anyway, that's about all I got to show for Touge Max 2. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, yeah, this game's really fun. I enjoy playing it, and I hope all of you enjoyed watching it today. On a little bit of a meta note, I've been restreaming this marathon today, and I hope you've all been enjoying our run so far. Up next, we have Great 1,000 Miles Rally by Fitz and Toaster, followed by Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's all I got.